move on to reading. I'll take the comments later, Eileen, but I don't want to waste our learning time. We have been doing some serious smart jotting. I want you to think, what are the things that we've been jotting about? Ian, Morgan, what's one thing we've been jotting about?
Questions.
Our questions. Great. What else have we been jotting about? Alexa? Our change thinking, and Tyler? Connections. There is one more. And we haven't really talked about it yet, but there's one more thing that smart readers jot about while they're reading information books. What is that other thing that we're missing? Louisa? The message. And so today, we are going to come up with one more thing we can jot about, which is the author's message. The message is what the author wants us to learn. And a lot of times, Misaki, in nonfiction books, the messages are like, take action, help, or don't be afraid, right? And so we have to pay careful attention to figure out these messages. And so information readers read the title, the beginning, and the end to determine the message, or what the author wants us to learn. So a lot of authors give it away. They tell you the message on the title. They don't even let you do much thinking. For example, Amazing Bats. The title, Amazing Bats, basically gives away what the author's message is. The author wants us to believe that bats are amazing. Now, that was pretty easy. So I'm gonna confirm by reading the end of the book, and I'm gonna make sure that the author wants me to learn that bats are amazing. It says bats help keep you free of mosquitoes and other insect bites. Bats don't harm people, they help people. So this is pretty amazing that they help us and they keep us safe from insect bites. The message could also be bats are helpful. That's pretty easy thinking. Thanks, author, for giving us some hints. But sometimes the title doesn't really give away the message.
Tigers.
Tigers?
What tigers?
But I don't really know what the author wants me to learn
Maybe
here.
tigers.
This doesn't show me like take action or help tigers or don't be afraid. I just know I'm going to read about tigers. So now I have to read a little deeper. Right now we're not messing with our shoes because we're not going anywhere, so it's not like we're going to trip on our shoelaces, right? Let's make sure our hands are in our laps, please. Thanks. I don't know what the message is. I have to read deeper to figure it out. So first I'm going to look in the beginning to see if this helps me with the message. Perfectly big cats. Tigers are big and beautiful animals. They are strong and powerful too. Tigers are the biggest cats in the world. Well, his message could be like cats are big, but I don't think that's a very interesting message. That's not like telling you to do something or to believe something.
What cats have?
So I'm going to go look at the end.
What cats do?
Oh! Helping tigers. Though tigers are in trouble, there is good news. New forest areas for tigers have been found. Also, people are planting trees where forests have been cut down. You can help too. Oh, remember, sometimes the message is that we should help. You can help too. Tell your family and friends about what you've learned. We can all work together to keep tigers on our planet. So I'm wondering right now, Tyler, I'm thinking in my mind, what is it that the author wants me to learn? Oh, I think based on what I read and the heading that the author wants me to help tigers so that they can stay on our planet. Does anyone agree with me? Yeah? So I'm actually going to, Misaki, I'm going to write that message down. Tigers. People, the thing the author wants me to learn is that people should help tigers
Live on our
Now, they gave me some ways that I can help tigers, right? They said that I can tell people I know, that I can stop cutting down trees, right? They gave me some ways I could help. But the main message is that people should help tigers live on the planet, or so that they can live on the planet. So now I'm going to let you guys try to figure out what the message is in a couple books. All right, so here I have another nonfiction book called We Need Insects. Kyle, do you think the author gave us a clue to what the message is?
A little.
What do you think? What do you think the message might be?
That we need insects. Yeah, because
Oh!
different things to help us.
The message might be we need insects. Why might we need insects? Tyler?
Because bees make honey.
And
that actually helps. And bees wouldn't be able to make honey if worms were, well, some, and other insects like how flowers grow.
Okay, so you're telling me we need insects for these reasons. Let's check and confirm that the message is like we need insects or insects are helpful. Okay, let's check. We need insects. What would life be like without insects? Some plants might not produce as many fruits and vegetables. Many plants might be damaged or destroyed. Dead plants and animals might stay on the ground longer. So without insects, there'd be a lot of dead plants and animals, and plants might be destroyed. Oh, insects sound pretty important.
This is going to be creepy.
Some animals might need to find other food. People wouldn't have many things we use every day. So the next time you raise your foot to stop on an insect, walk around it. So what is the author trying to teach me? What does the author want me to learn in this book? What's the message, Jackie? Don't kill insects. Take action. Help them. Don't kill insects. I totally agree with you. Does anyone else agree with Jackie? Yeah? So the author gave me a tip or a hint with the title of what the message is, and then I read to confirm it. Now, there's this book called Butterflies. Author didn't really give me a hint about the message, did he?
Beautiful.
No, I just know I'm going to read about butterflies.
No, it's just migration.
So I'm going to read in the beginning to see if the message might be there. Remember, messages might be like, help, take action, don't be afraid, save the animals. Make sure you're in Magic 5, looking at the projector screen. On the move. When animals travel from one region or habitat to another, it is called migration. Animals migrate in search of food or a mate. Migration helps animals survive on Earth. Many animals migrate. The monarch butterfly is one of them. Now, if you think that the message is there in the beginning, put a thumb up. If you don't think that the message or what the author wants us to learn is on that page, put a thumb down. Most of you are saying no. Looks like I better go to the end of the book to see if the message is there. Get ready to think, what does the author want me to learn? What you can do. There are many ways to help monarchs. Tagging butterflies is one of them. Oh, some of you think there's a message here. You can also plant a butterfly garden. This special garden gives monarchs a place to rest, feed, and lay eggs so that they can continue on their amazing journey. When you think you know the message, can you put a silent thumbs up? When I say go, you're going to turn me to me with your partner and tell them what you think the message is and why. Go. almost every single person say the same message? Everyone said that the author wants us to learn that people need to help butterflies. And what are some ways that the author told us we could help butterflies? What do you think, Eileen?
To plant gardens.
Yeah, we could help butterflies by planting gardens. And there's another way, sit up, Ryan, that we can help butterflies. Larissa.
We can plant gardens, and when we plant gardens, the butterflies are important because they take away the pollen.
So that's what Eileen says. We could plant gardens. There's another way we could help butterflies too.
Tagging sort of.
Tagging them. That means tracking where they are. So they put a little tag on the butterfly to keep track of where it is. So the message is we should help. And you're right, Forrest. One way that we can help is by tagging, right? The author gave me a lot of ways that I can help them, which one is tagging. But we should help butterflies. So today when you're reading, I want you to pay attention, sit in Magic 5, please, to the title, the beginning, and the end to see if you can find the message, what the author wants you to learn. And then when we have partner talk today, maybe that's something you will want to talk about with your partner. Maybe that's something later you want to talk about. We'll talk about that when we get there, okay? But today, another thing you can jot is the message. One, get your bodies ready. Jackie's body's ready. Two, stand up. Tyler, can you try that again quietly, please? Try that again. Thank you. 3, go off and read. All right. So today we're going to read Meerkats, which you started yesterday, those of you that were here. And today when we read, we're going to try to solve tricky words. So, let me just make sure I get this on. And then we should be good to go.
Oh, this is.
So when we solve tricky words, we can think about what makes sense, right? Connor, eyes here. We can think about what sounds right and what might look right. Okay? You could tell me one of the ways we can figure out a tricky word, Jillian?
We could see if it has 2 words or a few words that we know, and then we could try like maybe if there's in and at, then we could try to look at the word. If there's any other letters, we could just put them inside of the word.
Okay, so we can look for parts of the word we know. What else can we do?
We can chunk it.
We could chunk it.
You could look like if they're like on the side.
Tyler, put that away.
Like if on the side it says what that word means.
Looking for those clues. Yes, Eileen?
You could also see what makes sense.
What would make sense? So, like, if a word's covered up, you can't chunk it, right? You can't look for parts you know. You have to think about what might make sense. Sydney?
Can I do the first word that's covered?
We're going to go through it together. All right? So get your reading voice on. This is all about meerkats. What are they? Everyone, please. What are they? They have fun just like you. They work, play, and rest too. They dig in the sand and lie in the sun. Most often you'll find more than one. What are they? Meerkats. Great expression, Jasper. All about meerkats. Meerkats are funny to look at. Sometimes they stand on their back legs. Their paws hang down in front. Are you getting a visual of kind of what they look like? Yeah, you want to act that out, what they look like? Kind of, their paws are out in front. Okay, ready? Meerkats belong the mongoose family. They live in the desert. It is hot and dry there. Wild word, mongoose. A furry animal with a long body and tail. It lives in Africa and Asia. Good emphasis. It lives in Africa. And this is a yellow mongoose. Ready, Jen? Dripping tunnels. A meerkat's home is the ground. So I want you to think right now, because we can't chunk it. We can't look for parts we know. We can't stretch it out. What word might make sense? What are you thinking, Bridget?
Underground.
You think underground. A meerkat's home is underground the ground? Doesn't quite make sense. You want to try it again?
Under the ground.
We're not calling out. Try it again, Bridget. Okay, so meerkat's home is under the ground. That might make sense. What else might make sense? Fires, thanks for participating. Under, you think under too? What else?
Under.
Melissa? You think a meerkat's home is in the ground? That might make sense too, because under and in both make sense if I look at the picture too. It looks like kind of a hole. Elysium?
Hole.
Oh, so a meerkat's home is hole the ground. Does that make sense? Not quite. Morgan? All right, let's see. What I like to do is if I get it right, I kiss my brain. So if you think that you got the answer right after I show it, you can kiss your brain because you got it right. So a meerkat's home is under the ground. We're going to keep reading in 3, 2, 1, and 0. It is called a burrow. Long tunnels lead to Amsterdam. Try to talk with your partner. What do you think this missing word is? You're in 3, 2, 1. Melissa, you and Masaki, your partners in Catherine and Alexa. You already know that doesn't work. So don't act like you don't know that because you do. Turn your back. Jackie, what might make sense? You think rooms. So long tunnels lead to rooms. I heard a lot of you say that. Let's check. That sounds right. It makes sense. Let's make sure it looks right. Long tunnels lead to rooms. Yeah. All right, we're reading in 3, 2, 1. Meerkats sleep in the burrow at night.
I'm just looking for the cream box. Oh, yeah, you go.
Meerkats eat many things. Their foods are beetles and scorpions. When you know what you think that word is, can you put a thumb up? And you have to tell your partner this time why you think that word is the missing word. Go ahead and turn it Eileen's ready, Ryan's ready, Catherine's ready, Robert, turn your body. Okay, Ryan, what do you think the word is?
Favorite because what else can it be? I think it's favorite because I see the picture that they're eating a scorpion, so maybe that's their favorite.
Alright, so that sounds like it makes sense. Their favorite foods are beetles and scorpions. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's make sure it looks right.
Good job.
So here, the author shows us the picture of the scorpion, beetle, lizard, and grub. Everyone's hands are in their laps and our voices are off. Ryan's hands are in his lap and his voice is off. Larissa's hands are in her lap and her voice is off. Tyler, that's your one. Your voices are off. Thank you. How do meerkats find most of their food? Jessica. They dig for it. Nice expression. What makes a super fast digger? Long claws and 4 digging paws. So think to yourself. Long claws and 4 digging claws. Robert, that's your warning. Think to yourself. Can you go sit at your seat, please? That's not funny. We're not laughing. What do you think it might be, Louisa?
Sharp.
Sharp? Why do you think it's sharp?
Because when I look at the picture, I see that sharp.
Oh, so that would make sense. What else could it be? Morgan? Oh, because they're curved, and you're also noticing it's an adjective, so long, curved claws. That would make sense. Forest.
Curved.
You think curved as well?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jem?
It can be smooth because it looks very smooth.
Yeah, they're not really rough. They look very smooth. So long claws and 4 digging parts. All of what you said makes sense. And it sounds right because they're adjectives. Now let's see what looks right. Long, curvy claws.
I was thinking
Kiss your brain if you got it right.
You did. Jem, you got it.
Oops. Eyes here in 3, 2, 1, 0. Kyle's ready. Louisa's ready. So is Laura. Big family. Meerkats live in a big group. A few families live all together. The group is called a mob. Meerkats work and together. They also play and sleep together. Excuse me. You need to make sure you
Sleep.
go move to where Jillian sits.
What
What would make sense? Think in your mind. When you know what you think might make sense, put a thumbs up. Turn and tell your partner.
Jen. Are you together? Read your
We're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Tyler's ready in Magic 5. See, Laura's ready in Magic 5. Miss Saki, are you with us? Okay. Who haven't I heard from in a while? Catherine, what do you think makes sense? Rest. Meerkats work and rest together. Does that make sense? Yeah. Does that? Oh, so you think that it doesn't make sense because it's a synonym for sleep and the author wouldn't repeat itself. Interesting. What do you think, Bridget?
Hunt.
Meerkats work. Tyler, when you think it, you can silently show a connection. Meerkats work and hunt together. That makes sense and that sounds right. Kyle, what do you think?
Eat maybe.
Okay. Meerkats work and eat together. Makes sense. Sounds right. Maybe they all have like community dinners every night. They all eat together. Huh. Jill, what do you think?
because they said that I don't think they hunt a lot. No, they stay and the bugs are all around, so they might just find it.
Oh, so what do you think the word could be, Eileen? Okay, so you think eat too? All right, let's see. Meerkats work and rest together. They also play and sleep together. So rest could be like you're laying down, you know, like when we rest, maybe we watch TV or read a book, right? It's not the same as sleep, though they're very similar. We're going to read the rest of this together without guessing the words. Voices off in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Morgan's ready to read. Jackie's ready to read. Tyler, that's your warning. A job to do. Every meerkat has a job. Each job helps the group. Babysitters. Most of the adults are out hunting. Young meerkats need care. Alexa, read.
So babysitters watch them over.
Babysitters comfort little ones. Make sure you're reading so you can practice. Guards.
Predators. They stand on a hill, rock, or tree. The guards make a loud peeping sound. This is one of
Look out! It's like a little tip.
No, you forgot to read the word.
Oh, sorry. Wild word.
Predator. An
Animal that hunts and eats other animals. Teachers. Teachers show young meerkats how to find a meal.
They show them how to eat it too. Yeah, what's happening?
Feeders. Babies need milk. Mothers and other females in the mob feed the babies. The feeders sit turns. Right? Oh, and let's read this. Female feeds young meerkats. You guys did a really good job on the carpet today figuring out missing words. When you're reading, make sure that you're not just always stretching it out, always looking for the parts you know. You can also think, what makes sense? Melissa, eyes here.